Hello, good day and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda. Now on today's episode we've got an exciting one for you. We're going to be preparing a springtime flower display. A flower work display, as a matter of fact, which is going to be like an explosion of fireworks, but in a flower format. Alright, so spring into early to midsummer, we should have nice displays from these. And it's a planter how-to, this one. So we're going to get decorative flower pots, large decorative flower pots, into which we're going to be making a lasagna of flowering bulbs that in springtime and through the summer will produce beautiful displays for you and your family and friends to enjoy. So I hope you enjoy this one, boys and girls. And without further ado, let's go off to see my brother up at the allotments. He's not got his tooth in again. Now the next 5 months over here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going to be experiencing short days, long nights, dark conditions and not much colour. So at the end of that period, comes sort of like March time, we want to see a big burst of blossom. It'll cheer us up. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be preparing for that glorious day when all the flowers erupt. And to erupt, they need to be there. So what we're going to be doing today is, as I say, a lasagna. It's basically layers of spring flowers and early summer flowers that are going to burst through just at the right time to put a smile on your face. Okay, we'll talk you through the process. It's dead easy. So all we'll need for a beautiful spring display is that. So we've got the two big decorative buckets, decorative planters, which I believe we got from B&M Bargains, and I think they were around about £5 a piece. I got them ages ago, those, but that's what we're going to be using. We've got some pea gravel for the drainage, and we've got some Pole Green Nurseries multi-purpose compost. Now they're 3 bags, 3 75-litre bags, for £11 at the moment. And that was £2.50. We're going to be using all of that and all of that. Yeah, so that equates to, we'll say £4, £5, £6. And then of course the planters that we've got there, but they're no good without actual bulbs to put in them so that we can produce the flowers. And these are our selections. This is what we're going to be planting in to those planters. So I'll start from the left hand side there with the yellow tulips, Triumph Strong Gold. There's 10 of those, so that's 5 per planter. There's 8 of the Fringed Crystal Beauty. We've got some mixed daffodils there, different styles, small ones, big ones, sort of dark, yolky coloured yellow ones. Now for the pollinators, I'm sure that the bees will appreciate these as they're just coming out of the sort of dormant period over winter. They'll be wanting to eat something, won't they? They'll be wanting to get the nectar. So I've included these ones in the great pollinator flowers. These ones. So there's 24 alliums. These are decorative alliums. They're in the allium family, obviously, which is the onion family. But I think they'll look nice, won't they? So we've got 3 different types of those: Purple Sensation, Christophile, a Flatinense, something like that. Not very good with Latin pronunciations, but there's some more allium there in the form of the molly, the yellow molly. So there can be 10 of each of those going in. There can be 12 of each of those going in. We've got 15 muscari there. I just like the colour of those, and they're a trumpet style, aren't they? So obviously they'll be good for the hoverflies and the bees to get inside there and take what they need. 25 iris as well, Dutch Carmen iris. So those are the ones that we're going to be planting in for the lasagna. And we'll start cracking on with those now, eh? I'll show you what to do. Okay. Well, first things first, we need the drainage in there. if you can see me. So these have already got the drainage holes in the bottom, but I'm just going to put half a bag in each of the pea gravel. Like so. Then into that we're going to be putting a layer of compost. There's probably about 4-inch layer of compost into that as well. So we'll do that next. Just have to pause you for a moment, boys and girls. Okay, so our base layer, our first layer of lasagna, is the pea gravel. Onto that we're going to be putting the first layer of about 3 or 4 inches of compost, which is the multi-purpose compost, as I say, that we get from around here. We get it from Pole Green Nurseries on Church Lane in Charnock Richard. 3 bags for £11 at the moment. So that's the next layer to get the compost in, the base layer of the compost. So here we go. Base layer of the compost going in. Now we don't need to add any feed into this, because all the energy that the plant's going to need is contained within the bulb. So it's just the compost that's going in there. It's a quite barren mix of compost, but it's nice quality stuff, nice quality growing medium for them. So our first layer of our lasagna, flowers wise, is going to be the tulips. Okay, so I said I'll put 5 of these and 4 of these in, didn't I? So that's what we'll do right now. Easy to open the packet. Opened they are. So we'll get 5 of the yellow ones in, which are the Triumph Strong Gold. And they're going to be going in the bums down and snouts up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're in there. Next up, we're going to put the red ones in. The Fringed Crystal Beauty are going to be going in. It's up to you which type of bulbs you plant, really. But traditionally you'll put your tulips as a base layer, a base level of your lasagna. So they're going in. Okay, next up we're going to put another layer of compost on top of that. So they're in. I'm going to put my alliums in after the daffodils. So your first step to the daffodils, or the second level or layer of your lasagna, is your daffodils. Now you don't have to worry where you've actually put the tulip bulbs. It honestly doesn't really matter, because the stems and the shoots, as they come up, will find the way. They'll all find the way up there. Now, because I've got plenty of these, I'm going to put quite a few in. How many I've got? I've got 25 of the mixed ones. In fact, there's probably going to be more than that. There's a lot of them. And we like daffodils. We're a bit Welsh like that. So we're going to stick a load of these in. A load of daffs. Now it does say to plant them like 4 to 6 inches deep, but to be honest with you, with daffodils, It doesn't matter how deep you plant them, within reason. You can plant them up to a foot deep and they'll come through. And you'll find that you'll have pretty strong stems and flowers if you plant them a bit deeper. Same with the tulips. Nature will find a way and they'll force themselves to the top. So there's no need to really worry about them. They'll be fine, they'll be okay in there. Space them out a little bit better, a little bit nicer. So that's your next layer. Again, cover with compost. With no feed added. Just the compost. Alright. Next up we've got the alliums. I'm going to put the purpley coloured alliums, the sort of mixed purpley coloured ones. Altogether there's 24 bulbs in here. Different types of decorative allium. But again, just stick them in where they'll go. And nature will find a way. Try and get them bum down and snout up. Makes it easier for the little monkeys. That's a bit manky, that one. You can do a bit of quality control as you go with these, as you're putting them in. But they will grow, they'll definitely grow, these. Nice viable bulbs, these. From Wilco. Apparently Wilco use the same Dutch bulb supplier and have been doing for 60 years. So they must have a good relationship with them, and they must do a good sort of job for Wilcos. Otherwise they wouldn't continue to use them, I would surmise. Right, another layer. Okay, next up we have the Muscari, Azurium, Muscari. Quite like them flowers, they're pretty, aren't they? Sort of foxglovey looking things. There's 15 of those. So if I discard any manky ones, see if I've got a manky one. Yeah, that's a manky one. I'll discard that one, and then we'll have 7 in each. 1, 2, 3. That's a manky one as well. Might be 6 in each here. Because we want the symmetry, don't we, boys and girls? We'll put them in. And on the same level, while we've got a bit of space, I'm going to put some of the smaller allium, which are these. The molly. You see that molly? We put those ones in. Because these again, ideally can be planted to about 4 inches, but we've got 20 of those, so we'll chuck them in. Chuck in the molly. You can get 10 of those in here, can't you? Alright. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 10 in there. Okie dokie. I love iris. I love irises, and so do the bees and hoverflies and butterflies. We have that in common. Again, these are ideally, according to the packet, planted 4 inches deep. But nature finds a way. These will be about 4 inches deep, to be fair. We've got 25 irises, so I'm going to put 12 into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that's our irises. There's our irises, alright. Alright. Like that, I suppose, isn't it? I'm just going to cover those off now to within about an inch of the top. As I say, not very expensive. I mean, each bucket probably costs us about, I mean, the flowers are relatively expensive, the bulbs, I'm guessing, are relatively expensive. They're a couple of pounds each, aren't they? And we're using half in each one of these. So it's about £6 for the bulbs. The bucket we already had, but if you were going to buy the bucket, that would be about £5, so that's £11. There's about £4, well no, about £2 worth of compost going in, and about £1 worth of the pea gravel. Excuse me, bacon butty that. And essentially, that is it. There's the tickly hands, tickly hands, tickly hands. And that's it. So I'm going to give these a watering. Just give them about 10 litres and then leave them. Just leave them. I'm half tempted just to leave them outside, but we haven't actually, strangely, had any rain for a couple of days. It did nothing but rain for about 6 weeks, but we haven't had any rain for a couple of days. So I am going to give them an initial watering, just to seat them in and bed them in. And that's it. And there we go. Now come springtime, another 4 months yet, we should start to see a show of the flowers coming up. And then from sort of like March I would say, from March through to mid-June, July, so through spring into midsummer to late summer really, we're going to get a lovely flower work display, not a firework display, but a flower work display of gorgeous blooms and blossoms and pollinators, or pollinator feeders. Let's give them a water in there. That should just soak down then. Don't need to give them too much, do we? We don't want them rotting. In fact, I might put these inside the greenhouse, to tell you the truth. So they don't get too much water on them. I don't know though. In nature they wouldn't, would they? I think we'll just leave them where they are. We're not due any rain actually for a couple of days, I've just checked. But yeah, they'll be fine in there, won't they? They'll be alright, won't they? We'll get a fantastic flower work display come spring. Okay, boys and girls, now a big thank you there to my brother Bilo. He certainly knows his stuff, doesn't he? And hopefully what he's done there will produce a fantastic, beautiful display come early spring and into summer next year. 2021. Let's hope, fingers crossed, it's going to be a much better year than 2020 was. we'll have all our freedoms back and be fit and healthy. Catch you later, boys and girls. Have a wonderful weekend. And if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. I've been Guru Mafinda. You've been fantastic as always. And take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye now. Have a go at that. You'll enjoy yourselves. See you later.